All right, so I do look a little bit close up, so let me move, kind of situate myself here. All right, so I'm going to be getting into just some more stuff dealing with part 2 of the lunar events for August 2022, because we are talking about a whole month here. So there's a lot of stuff in a single month. And so, the thing that I really wanted to get into first, so this is from the 1st through 15th. So from those 15 days mark the beginning of this month. And so the moon is in a really positive relationship with Saturn. This is happening on August 3rd, 2022. And so, the moon represents emotional depth and inner peace. It's that feeling of just, of just feeling your feelings and just moving through the day in that kind of state. It's, it also, because you feel your feelings, you want to feel good. You don't want to feel crappy or negative or, drained or whatever it is. So it's what you want to feel, having this environment or situation where you want to feel, emotionally connected to, emotionally secure and not off balance. And so Saturn looks at structure. It's the planet that looks at, time of how we're best utilizing it, because it's really that planet which says, why are you sitting here playing video games when you could be starting this new venture in your life, be it a new exercise regimen, be it creating a desk, whatever it may be. It really is a planet that wants to make sure that you're focused on your life's mission. And when you're 29 to 30 years old, 28 to 30 years old, you have a Saturn return. And of course, that's when Saturn returns to the sign and the degrees of that. Well, it's Leo season. Let's make this room a little bit brighter. We're getting kind of dark. Okay, there we go. There's the light. So anyway, Saturn, the Saturn return really is like, are you fulfilling what you're supposed to fulfill? And also just where have you sort of slacked off, and where do you really need to get down to business? So the moon on that day is in Libra, and I have that placement. And moon in Libra, it's very, very important that that the environment is peaceful when the moon is in Libra, especially, for any sign, I think, but, in all the signs different way, in different forms of peace, like 12 forms of peace. But so, moon in Libra, things need to be peaceful, in tandem. Sensitivity, there's sensitivity toward balance in the environment. If everybody is eating at, the dinner table and everyone is getting the same kind of serving, if, if you're spending time outside during the day and getting that fresh air, but then also coming inside to do your work at your desk and everyone gets his or her fair share of things, and everyone has a chance to shine in that spotlight. Because that's the thing about, Sun and Leo, really, decorating, you have to also shine, um, as well with the Leo, because love is taking something else as a part of, you, and it really comes from, um, your heart, taking something or someone else and having that really, um, just wonderful sense of pride with Leo. So, there's this desire to make peace with the moon in Libra, not to really, rock the boat necessarily, but everyone's taken care of, everyone's happy, everything's going, super well. That, but the important thing is, see my hands, this isn't balance. This is balance. That's important to know. And it's cardinal air. It, when the sun transits through Libra, it is, and it falls through that out there, even though I'm not, negative when it comes to speaking about astrology, but it is cardinal fall. It is cardinal air, initiating relationships, and not only, maybe new relationships under this moon, not new moon, but moon, but it could also be, if maybe, the give and take in relationship, if you're over giving, or you're, or maybe you aren't giving, enough in a relationship, to where maybe something with the relationship of the, status quo when it comes to, living this certain house and this certain, job, uh, and maybe transitioning to another, job at a, at a bigger case, but just, especially with the spouse, because Libra rules marriage and spending time doing an occasion. Maybe it's, going on a day trip, or, or just spending some time, um, at home, of really, getting the relationship, stimulated so that it doesn't lose its, excitement. And so Saturn is in Aquarius. It's been there since December 17th, 2020. It entered in March 2020, and then it retrograded back into Capricorn, and then it officially entered at 0 degrees on December 17th, 2020. And of course, interacted with Jupiter in Aquarius at 0 degrees, December 21st, 2020. So Saturn in Aquarius. So what is out of this world? What are the out of this world, ideas, like new, trends for reinventing, for a new flavor of ice cream, or for, a new, way that, a new system that we can, communicate from, like Zoom, like what I'm recording this video off right now, ruled by Aquarius, of that you can connect with people, but you don't necessarily have to be physically, in the same room in order to do it. And so, the real challenge for us, on a personal level, is really to break away and to go beyond the limitations of being free and being your quirky self. So, try new things, be it, just a new little trinket type thing that you're, inventing, or something, or big, like a new career path that you want to, embark upon. Also coming together with, community people, and exchanging ideas, and sort of the light airwaves, more just gazula down, kind of up in there. There it is, Saturn's in Aquarius. I'm liberating myself with what I'm saying. So, and then trines are very, really well balanced, or things, it just feels good when there's a trine. And then the moon trine Saturn, which is, again, on August 3rd, 2022, is when, it's a wonderful opportunity to work out any emotional baggage that may be in your system, anything that doesn't need to be there, and to, again, clean up the system to, what is the structure here, what is going to work out for me, and really putting the attention on what sort of setups that you have in your life and how well that they're working out for you, and creating structures that feel, emotionally positive for you. And also be looking at past nostalgia, because Saturn's very much about the past and traditions and lineage, and all those things. So, digging into so many different types of things from, the past as well. That's another interesting thing about this moon trine Saturn as well. And so a goal that you're, emotionally content with, that you can drop in and it feels right for you, like you're going on the right path in life. And also getting through challenges, so that in feeling emotionally fulfilled, like I passed that, that ring of infinity. I feel like I've accomplished this level of the game, kind of thing. There's a real, really wonderful feeling when it comes to, just achieving something. And so, yeah, it's a good day to, get things done. So then on August 8th, 2022, we have the moon square Neptune, and the moon will be in Sagittarius, which is the sign of travel. It's the centaur, so sort of reaching out high into the heavens, and always going beyond what you have experienced, always, going into new territory. It's always about the next best thing. It's always about what is hot, what is in, what is unknown, and sort of, adding that in your own sort of experiential journal of, oh, I went to this place, I experienced that kind of thing. So feeling light and jovial as well. It's a good opportunity to look at our philosophy of life, of how we view our life and how do we want to feel. Obviously, we want to feel good about our life. So what can we do to make, us feel better? And it is squaring Neptune, and Neptune being in the fog state, because things are unclear in the fog. You can't really see things. The fog sort of covers it up. Things aren't, exactly direct and, it was palpable. And there's this sort of unclear dream state of being. And so, and the interesting thing, I was, reading about this, and it was discovered in 1846, and the planet is blue, and there's kind of winds around it, and it's very fluid. Altered states, being connection to higher power, beyond the logic. Sort of right brain, the mystical function of things. And then this is square the moon, and squares are like the planets are going to war. They're not really getting along, or one sign's fighting with the other in a battle for strength. That's that kind of conversation. But, you know, in terms of relationships, there has to be that kind of conflict in order to sort of, you know, do this sort of create that watery opening, you know, to walk through to a door to the next chapter. You know, things have to come to the surface and get cleared out for the next great thing. And it's important. As a moon square Neptune, this could be, you might feel like you want to escape to dream states, really feeling sort of this out of this world hypersensitivity, like you don't really want to be here, and you know, you want to go to another fantasy land. It's wonderful for meditating and really, you know, and really using your imagination and picturing that new world. And so, you know, the other thing is, don't get caught up in the worldly illusions of things that look unclear. Really examine, you know, what you're doing, what you're taking in mentally, emotionally, and, you know, see if it's right for you. See if it's actually, if the ad is what it says, if the title, you know, the picture of the movie, you know, is actually what, you know, what the movie is. Like, you know, Day of the Diesels, Thomas and Friends showed the front picture of that movie. For those Thomas and Friends fans, I used to be big into that when I was little. It showed Thomas on the picture of the movie Day of the Diesels, but the story really was about Percy. So that's sort of that false advertising, and I'm already sort of, you know, against that. So anyway, that is other moon aspects going on the first half of August 2022. Thanks for watching. Bye.